To go to Interlaken, we need to drive through roads with tunnels, narrow roads. Sometimes it is very interesting, and even through forest road. Today I'm going to show you the interesting road trip. On the way to Interlaken, we're passing through many beautiful towns and also many castles. And then we arrive in the city center of Interlaken. Every road trips in Sweden is a very fruitful one. And the road trips to Interlaken is also a very interesting one as well. So we're passing through lots of narrow roads with tunnels or big roads with tunnels, all sorts of roads. And it is also interesting that we also pass through the forest roads and beautiful views from the Lake Brienz. So Lake Brienz is the popular lake in Switzerland, especially in the Interlaken region. Towns with castles or the town with the beautiful lake views are all unfolds if you are driving, having a driving tour around Switzerland, of course. But first of all, of course, you need to be familiar with driving on the left-hand side. So as I'm from Australia, so I'm usually drive on the left-hand side, right-hand side I mean. So only my husband can drive on the left-hand side. So it is easy for us to tour around Switzerland with road trips, but it is, as I can assure you, that it is a really tiring drive. Of course, for the old people like us, but young people, I think you should be fine with the road trips if you enjoy driving, but take care, be cautious when you are driving because the roads are narrow and even so winding at parts of it. Then we take a good stop at one of the beautiful lakes on the way to Interlaken. This is a beautiful lake, although it is quite cloudy at that time and the weather was not that good, but it is actually very photogenic. Then there is a castle, a very new castle. So I just get down from the car in spite of a heavy rain, and just have a few minutes glimpse of these beautiful castles and the surroundings. So quickly I went back to the car and continued the journey to Interlaken. Then this one is at the opposite side of Interlaken, just across the Lake Briens. So the interesting about the lake is its colors, turquoise colors. So it is so stunning and so beautiful. Look at this. So this part of Interlaken is, I can say, definitely beautiful and interesting. There is a church actually on top of the mountain, of the hill, not very tall mountain, but it's not very high up. So we just take a few steps up and to see the old church up there, and the ruins of the old church in the past church. So at the moment they have moved to another place. The whole church has moved to other place. So this is only the left of the ruins of the church there. But overlooking from the church top of the hill, you can look down at the turquoise color of Lake Briens. So the color is just so stunning. I was thinking I was in a dream because I will never see a country like this before, but maybe in future I will go to more country. But this is, at the moment, it's so beautiful. I just love it. My eyes are opened. And to see this color, it's just like a swimming pool color, but yet it is not in swimming pool. It is in the actual real nature colors in the nature place where there are forests. I just can't believe it. So on the way down, we can see different colors of the leaves, the trees, because it is the beginning of autumn. So the colors has changed. You can see red, green, and yellow colors all around us. And it is such a refreshment. On the way down, we don't want to miss all these beautiful vegetations, as this is the beginning of autumn time. So we can see the foliage, green, red, yellow, different colors of the trees. Later, we have a walk around Interlaken city center. There are so many activities there. For example, the paragliding from the top of the mountains and drop in the city center is one of the activities the tourists are doing. On the other side of the city, I'm walking on my familiar path, which I have been here 7 years ago, the same old place. So I can see the same old house, which I have took quite a few photographs in 7 years ago, and the house is still standing there. It looks like a brand new house. Finally, thank you so much for your watching, and I'll see you in my next episode of my travel destinations. Bye.